Welcome to another Faith Horizon podcast. Today I'm here with Amy Scrivner and Abby Tyson. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
And they're with Dramatic Truth, which is a school of the performing arts. They're located here in South Kansas City. We'll get into that really quick. And of course, we're with John Losh.
Yeah. And for once, you don't have to ask me how I know a guest.
Oh, okay.
Because this is your baby today.
Anyway, so my daughter attends Dramatic Truth, which is here in South Kansas City, and has been attending Dramatic Truth for, I don't know, how long have you been there, Anna? Oh my God, 8 years. 8 years. Wow, 8 years. And so they've become family to us, and we're just really happy to have them on the show. Welcome, Amy. Welcome, Abby.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Can you tell us, so Abby, what is your current role that you serve in the company?
So I'm the artistic director, and Dramatic Truth Ministries is an umbrella over two sections.
Okay.
So we have a School of Performing Arts, which includes dance classes and theater and musical theater. And then we have a professional performing group. So I am mostly in charge of the artistic vision of the professional ballet company.
Okay.
And then we do shows in conjunction, and I'm in charge of the vision for that as well.
Yeah, so I've seen the company even goes overseas at times, right?
Yep.
And performs other places. I've seen them perform in nursing homes,
Yes.
schools. So the company, that's like the ministry of the organization is that, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And those are the professional level dancers, right?
Yep. Adults that have gone through training and have professional experience and want to use that for the Lord.
And so when did you come to Dramatic Truth yourself?
I came in 2020 as one of the company dancers,
Okay.
and worked also in the School of the Arts, taught lots of different genres of dance. And then this is my first season as artistic director.
Oh, yeah, that's great. And so before that, it was Liz Dimmel, right?
Yes.
Who is the artistic director, but also the founder of the organization, right?
Yeah, she was the founding director. She is the founding director.
Okay.
And so she really oversaw both the school and the company, which are still very intertwined. But even then, she was bringing up students that became company members for a long time. What year is this?
2026.
No, I mean of the organization. This is our
31st?
31st year.
36.
Yeah.
So many years.
So
So
many
many
years.
years.
So then we had an artistic director last year, Katie Trammell, and then their family got relocated, and so I came on after her.
Oh, great. Yeah. So what is the responsibility of the artistic? Like you said, you're just basically overseeing the expression of the...
Right. So how we carry out and how we portray the heart of our
organization.
and mission.
Right.
So when we're represented in any way, whether it's on stage, mostly on stage is my biggest responsibility. But if it's represented on social media, things like that, just how do we come across? And so anything that's represented on stage comes through me. The costuming and the themes of the pieces and choosing what story ballet we do and things like that.
So I've seen, even at the student level, like students actually writing their own plays or their own shows. Do they kind of take that through you, or do you kind of like just to make sure that we're in line with the mission, I guess?
Yeah. Well, for the students, that's really fun, which you don't see at every dance studio. But
they're writing their own skits, plays that have to do with ballet too, obviously, or whatever.
Yeah, during classes, a lot of our usually starting in about level 2.
Oh, wow.
Our instructors will give them opportunities because storytelling is a really big part of
Dramatic
dance
Truth,
and of our specific organization. So we give them opportunities to express, they're learning this language, and then how do you use this language of dance, or multiple languages if you're learning jazz and tap and ballet.
Yes.
How do you use these languages to tell stories and get something across, especially a message of truth across? So they get opportunities to do that in class starting at age 12. But that is on the instructors, and I don't have to mess with them. They've
Well, because they're already in line with the mission anyway.
For sure,
So
yeah.
So anyway, all right. Well, thank you so much. And then you did come in with a a degree, right? You
Mhm.
do actually have
Yeah.
a dance degree.
I have a
yeah.
BFA in dance performance from Wichita State.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
so cool. So now you're actually getting to, capitalize on that
Yes,
that
yeah.
investment that you made.
Oh
It's always
man.
an investment.
Yeah, it set me up so well, even
Yeah,
just as
yeah,
a dance
yeah.
teacher and as a performer. And our company, the company dancers, the professional dancers, are very involved in the ins and outs behind the scenes. So even before I was doing any official administrative work, I was helping with merchandise, and I was helping um, with booking and things like that. So lots of skills and connections that I made in college and in that training have come in useful now, especially as artistic director. But yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of software involved in dance, or I'm sorry, in like this student-based systems that we create. That people don't realize. Like, oh my God, there's like we have to pay. Amy knows more about that than anybody here. We'll get into that anyway. So, well, thank you, Abby.
Yeah.
And so, Amy, what role do you serve in the company?
I am the executive director, so I'm kind of over the company and the school and just making sure all the trains run on time, and I lead and manage and keep accountable just all the different people. Like she's the artistic director, and then we have a head of our lower school and a head of our upper school and a production manager. And then I answer to our board. I'm kind of like the point person, just making sure all the balls are staying in the air, and then I report to the board and say, yes, they are. So in a simple way.
So you basically you have a group of students that you have, like you said, the lower school, the middle school, or you know the better way of describing that, and then the upper school, and then you have a company, right? And then you have multiple different forms of dance. But you're like you said, like the
Kind of like the
communicator.
principal?
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't say it.
Hey, but if it works, hey,
Yeah, so you're like the principal director of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so because each one of them have their own directing to do inside
Yes.
their own thing, so that's
And
cool.
so it's an honor. So I get to serve them and support them and make sure that they have everything that they need to do their jobs, and then just making sure we're staying on track with the vision God has given us. And then, of course, from a practical standpoint, there's, all the financial stuff and all of that. So making sure we stay on track there
Yeah.
as well.
So yeah, I do know. I don't know if you were the one that reached out to the Grandview hayride. What was it? The Harry Hay. Were you the one that set that up, or?
I did.
Yeah. So this is some of what you do. It's like you might contact where you guys got to do a parade and everything like that. We've done it twice, haven't we? The Harry. Yeah, we've done it twice. So anyway, so you're also the marketing director too.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're always the face of the company. You're out there. People are talking about
one
what
of the
we
other
do.
ministries I work in that's been on this podcast too is located in Grandview.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you had. So what are the specific? Either one of you can answer this. What are the specific dance training that you guys have?
Yeah, the styles of
And then
dance.
also there's a theater aspect to this too, and I don't want to miss
Yes.
that because that is getting bigger.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah. We have a school, a lower school, with several different genres of dance, and an upper school. And then we also have a school that's developing of musical theater,
okay,
which
yeah.
is really fun. So the styles of dance that our School of the Arts have, those classes right now are ballet, tap, jazz. We have hip hop.
Mhm.
Is there anything else?
Irish.
Mm-hmm.
And
Nice. I'm half Irish, so.
Oh,
And then
it's
different-
so fun.
And then different what?
Within the ballet, there's also contemporary and modern. So like once you've taken your jazz classes, then you take like Horton and Graham and
Oh yeah.
other stuff.
Right.
So what type of ballet is this? Because I know that it says this on the company. Well, I
Yes.
don't know what it
Yeah.
is. Anyway, it's a really hard for me to pronounce
yeah.
it.
Well, we do classical ballet,
Okay.
especially in our Christmas show, our version of the Nutcracker.
Okay, and that is right now. It's been that's been around Thanksgiving. That has been in Liberty, the Mystery of Christmas, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the spring show. So the spring show is a little bit more expressive than. So you're saying the classic ballet is predominantly in the Mystery of Christmas,
Right. Right now, it really depends on
Yeah.
the year.
Okay.
For the professional company, we have our Christmas show that we always do.
Yes.
It's very similar each year, and then we have different short pieces,
Okay.
as well as a story ballet that are different every year.
Okay.
So sometimes we have contemporary, not even ballet, just modern or contemporary. A lot of our story ballets are contemporary ballet,
Mhm.
so they're not in big tutus and lots of sparkles. They're
Yeah.
often storytelling in a more hybrid style of dancing. Yeah.
So that you can be expressive to better
Mhm.
represent the
It's-
story, right?
Exactly. It's like those languages that you can use one language to express a story better than others. So right now that's often what we use, but
Mm-hmm.
it just varies from year to year.
Yeah, I've been shocked by the depth at which some of these stories go. I'm like,
Cuts you to the quick,
yeah, they
doesn't it?
do. They do. They really do. So anyway,
I have a question. When people come to you wanting to be involved in Dramatic Truth, are they always Christians, or do you guys? What are your requirements? Do they have to be a Christian? Do you guys present the gospel to them? How do you know what? Where do you guys have any requirements as far as that goes, or development to help people develop in their become a Christian, develop in their faith? Where do you guys stand on that?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely have both. We've had people, a lot of Christians, obviously, like, I want to help. We've had non-Christians say, I just love what you're doing with the arts, or people give their lives to the Lord. And we're not necessarily set up to, like, the audience members that give their lives to the Lord, we're not set up to, quote, disciple them. Like, we can reach back out to them,
Right.
but we do disciple our dancers. But we do welcome anyone at our studio, like, regardless of your beliefs. You can dance in our school. When it comes to, like, our professional company and being on our staff, we do ask that you be a believer, just because I mean, there's a whole lot that comes with that. And
Right.
like, we see our company, they're really like dance missionaries.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
so they have to kind of have that faith to share that faith. So
Right.
but when it comes to our shows, I mean, like you said, we go into theaters, schools, streets, like nursing homes.
Yeah, it's
like,
wonderful.
we want to take the story to everyone and provide a way for them to, like, hear the gospel and respond. And there is a way for them to reach it back out. And then if it's a student and they want to come to our school, part of what we offer is we don't just want to teach you good technique. We want to disciple you, and we want to teach you that your relationship with the Lord and being rooted and grounded in His Word and knowing Him is just as important as learning how to dance well.
absolutely,
Actually,
absolutely.
if-
Yeah, because I could see somebody coming up to one of your dancers after a show or something. So how did you come to faith in the Lord?
yeah.
And you don't want them to go, I'm not a Christian. Don't believe
Well,
in God.
but, you know.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's an interesting question to take to a non-believer. How
Yeah,
do you know
yeah,
Jesus?
Yeah.
I guess I
know.
better get to know Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's great. That's great. I'm glad to hear that you guys have that you definitely try to disciple people in their faith or bring them to faith or whatever. Because I know that's good, like you said, because they're dance missionaries. Missionaries need to have, like you said, to have the faith, to share the faith. I've never heard that expression before, but I like that. I like that expression.
Yeah, and I know that from Anna that their part of it is they do worship dance. So
Yeah.
so that's worship is an expression of dance too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Worship. I mean, you can worship in anything.
you can do it.
You
Yeah,
can dedicate anything to the Lord for His
Yeah.
purposes. So we don't consider a style of dance, worship dance.
Yeah.
It's with whatever language you're speaking.
yeah.
It's the intent behind it. So we
Yeah.
teach our students how to do that, and then the company does it all the time, even in the studio, just doing some some things at the bar.
Yeah. So so the theater group that you guys have right now, my son is a part of the theater group. Anyway, he loves. I've been encouraging him, like, David, you are very expressive. You need to talk
I was
more.
his first musical theater teacher, so
So you know.
I do know.
Okay.
It's a
So
delight.
yeah. Anyway, so anyway, but Karen, you're the director of the theater group, which she's also, I think she's is she your production
Production
manager?
manager.
Okay, so she's the production manager for the company, like maybe the company, both, at least both of the main events that you
Right.
have per year. And anyway, she has, decided to like really go in depth and just start picking different like shows to put on. And I really thought that was really cool. Like this year, I guess they're doing Snow White. Is that right? And then obviously they'll have another one maybe in the fall or something like that. But I think it's really cool that she's just, So if you want your kids to be a part of just a theater group, you could join up with that. So you don't have to get all the way into the weeds of the whole ballet.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right.
so-
Yeah, we have
So, I mean, I'm a huge, another question, I'm a huge classic movie fan. And one of my personal podcasts I own is about classic TV, classic movies and things in the past. Snow White is a good one for you guys. Are there other classic movies that you guys have done, like dance things representing?
So they're kind of getting more into this expression, I think. So,
Yeah, this musical theater rendition of Snow White is more based on the fairy tale. It has some similarities to the classic Disney one.
yeah.
Yeah, we've redone some different, or just taken little pieces from different classic stories, but it's maybe a mix of both.
'Cause I know there's a lot of classic movies out there that have had a lot of dance elements in it.
So, and then-
White Christmas and Singing in the
Yes.
Rain
Ugh.
and stuff like that. So
Anyway, so then also Karen also did like, I guess it was like, what do they call that? Reading theater?
Readers Theater.
Readers. I had no idea. I'm like, that's really good.
wonderful.
Anyway, but it was just like learning how to express yourself with your voice. That's all you're doing. You're just basically showing personality, facial expressions. I mean, that's what you're kind of teaching, is just helping people better express themselves through whatever means, ballet and, whatever, represent themselves in Christ through those things. So that's really cool. So, so you actually were talking about, basically how there's been a separation between the church and the dance. There's the church and the arts. Like the enemy is always about dividing everything.
Yes.
Divide. Anyway,
Yes.
so and the Lord is always that they would be one. I pray that they would be one. It's like that was his last prayer. He's like, or his main last prayer. That they would be one. And so anyway, can you talk to us a little bit about that, Amy?
Definitely. I guess I have a teaching degree and I also have a music degree. And so I have an arts background. Like I'm very passionate about the arts. But stepping into specifically this role and really seeking the Lord about it and just asking him, why is this so important? And he actually pointed out two different stories to me. The first one was, Jericho. And he's like, the musicians and the dancers were actually on the front lines.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then everybody was with them. The people, the priests, like they went out as a whole. And he's like, you guys aren't doing this now. And then he pointed to John the Baptist and he's like, one dance, silence, the one preparing a way in the wilderness, like just one dance.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, this is so powerful. And he pointed out, he was like, the arts and the media are the main thing that the enemy is using to bring his kingdom on earth and to shift the culture. And because the arts are so powerful, we don't want to touch them because we're just like, oh, and we watch so many artisans, like they want to be the very best. They like sell their souls. And so we're like, this is bad. They're selling their souls. But the problem is we're not showing them, hey, the arts are a way to encounter the living God. The arts are a way to get closer to him. And if you're rooted and grounded and you have a relationship with him, like the arts become a house of worship, and people experience him instead of being kind of off in our own little corners, all isolated. And so our heart really is, how can we partner with the body of Christ as a whole to take back what the enemy has stolen and to cover the artisans and to teach them and to disciple them and stop letting the enemy like do whatever he wants with them.
Well, and when you brought that up earlier, it reminded me of one of my favorite songs by the Christian group Petra. And it's their song, Let Everything That Has Breath. And one of
Praise
the
the
lyrics
Lord,
says, Israel had a war to fight, but the Lord showed them the secret. He said, the battle this day is mine, but you must listen how to do it. Put your singers first in front of the rest, and let them praise and sing to me, and you will see the salvation of your God and watch your enemies flee.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and like I said, I bring a lot of, speakers into my church. I
That's
brought
good stuff.
Christian groups in for performances. I'm part of an online Christian radio station that I recruit musicians, podcasters. Like so I get that, the arts are very much, important. And like I said, one of our previous guests on here has been a Christian sax artist, Dave Panico. And, he's a believer in Christ first, sax player second. He performs with secular groups too, but he knows his first mission is to share the gospel of Christ and wants people to come to know him, above all else.
That's so good.
Yeah.
And what actually got me started in this ministry, like my daughter is a dancer. She actually started with your daughter.
Yeah.
And then one of the company members lived with me. But what personally made me want to get involved in this ministry was, I love the arts. Like, I have seen Les Mis like 3 times on Broadway now. But I remember, sitting in the audience, like when he's singing Bring Him Home, or To Love Another Person is to See the Face of God, and just like feeling the Lord's presence and being like, wow, this is amazing. And then I was invited to the Mystery of Christmas, and it's Dramatic Truth's version of the Nutcracker. So instead of going back to the land of sweets, Clara goes back to Bethlehem to witness the birth of Christ. And like she sees the war in the heavenlies between the angels and the demons. And then she sees all the nations come to worship the baby. And it ends with like the cross and the resurrection. But, and to be honest with you, I wasn't a huge ballet fan. Like before this, I went because my daughter loved it so much.
Right.
But I just cried through the show.
Wow.
Like when they brought out the baby Jesus, and they bring out a real baby.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Miraculously,
whoa, like,
by the way, miraculously, there's always a baby available every year.
Yeah. And my kids have been in a lot of theater productions in school where there's been dance and, lots of music. And,
Anyway, carry on. Sorry.
No,
There's
but-
always a baby. Like somehow.
Yep.
but it made it so real, and like God's presence in
Wow,
that
that's
place.
so wonderful.
I was like, this is what we're supposed to do with the arts. Like,
Yes.
and to see the cross and the resurrection, like, my 2-year-old and 4-year-old little boys sat through this production, and they sat and they watched like the cross and the resurrection be depicted in such a beautiful,
It's a
powerful
wonderful way.
And I'm like, what are we doing? Like, this is what they're for.
So the mystery of Christmas is a Christian expression of the
The Nutcracker.
The Nutcracker,
Yeah.
right? Is a Christian expression of the Nutcracker. And so they have multiple different genres of
Yes.
groups that will come to present to the baby, like Africa or Israel. And it's just a wonderful expression of just different ways of just people submitting themselves to Christ,
Yes.
that this is what it was all about, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and so it was originally created, I think, put together by Liz Dimmel. And then, but right now they've been doing that for almost 30 something years now. And it's really, every year at around either Thanksgiving or Christmas time, you can sign up to go see that. And, that's wonderful. And then also, anyway, so how can people, help you if people want to join as students? When do you guys do enrollment? Do you guys just do that whenever, or does it have to be at a certain time? Is it just like the school year?
You can, but we do recommend that you sign up in August, because you are actually, whichever track you're in, you're learning.
Okay.
And it's hard to take algebra for one semester and jump in.
Uh-huh.
People do it,
Uh-huh.
but we do recommend that you start in August and then you go all the way through and you finish, and then we do a worship concert at the end where you get to show all the things that you've learned, and you also get to minister to the Lord and to the audience. So we train up our actual dancers to do the same thing that our professional company is doing.
So that takes about a month process, or is it about 6 weeks, or
To
to do the little
The show.
yeah.
Yeah, well, they're working on steps from the beginning. I mean,
Yeah, but I'm
from
asking
the
how
fall.
long does it take to get to the show though
Yeah.
before?
Their dances, they start in January, February.
Okay.
So it's actually they prepare for about 6 months.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that yeah.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, if you have a new student that's signing up, though, you're saying the best time for them to start is in August, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you want to start as a new student, or you have a daughter or a son that wants to start in this, then you can do August. Is that for both the tap and all jazz, or best time to start is August?
Yeah. You can come in through the year. It's just a little bit trickier. But,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, that's great. And then, how can the community of Kansas City help you if they have like a building that they think would work for you? That's helpful, right? So like if they think that you could perform there or something, what if a church wants you just to do a
Absolutely.
performance as a company or whatever?
Right.
Because I remember we've gone to at least the one in near Mission. It used to be Grace Point. It used to be Grace Community Church, something like that. The one that was off of Johnson Drive. I knew we went there one time.
Yeah.
So you were willing to do on-site performances.
Yeah, we perform. The company dancers sometimes will be asked to come and perform during a church service and just
Okay.
be part of the worship,
Oh,
which
great,
is really
yeah.
fun to
That's really great.
invite the audience to worship in that way. And then other times they'll host a specific event, like we want to just have you do your whole hour and a half show or just your 45-minute ballet for our congregation and the people that we can invite. So then we'll do a show for them just standalone.
Great. And then also I guess we talked about before the show, we talked about funding the dancers. And so each dancer has their own little account with Dramatic Truth. Is that correct? That you can actually sign up to support an individual dancer. Is that
Right.
correct?
In the professional company.
In the professional company.
And we do have a Peggy Ply. You can also fund our students as well. Like if you
Okay,
wanna
so you
pay
can provide
tuition,
some
For
scholarships, some
scholarships.
scholarships.
which is great because especially when the students get up into the upper school, it costs a lot more because they have to dance a lot.
It's intense.
It is. I know it gets
scholarships to help.
expensive. It
Yes.
does. It does.
Yeah.
And who knew that point shoes break down more than once a year?
Oh my goodness. Tell us about it. Yeah.
Anyway, it does get so then also so if I'm an investor or something like that and I want to just come along, I could just give a donation specifically to the organization too, right?
Yes, specifically to
'Cause it
the
is a
organization,
501c3, right?
Yes, or to a specific project. Like if someone sees the Mystery of Christmas and
Okay.
they're like, I want to support that.
Okay.
You can do a specific project. And yes, our professional dancers are mostly volunteers. They
Okay.
really are dance missionaries. They rehearse and take class for 15 to 20 hours a week, and it's
Wow.
basically all for free.
Yeah.
Like they're doing it for the Lord and they're doing it to tell his gospel story. So it's been exciting. We have been having, some people step up to support them. So, but I'm praying for more.
Yeah, no, I believe for that too, because I believe that should be completely funded, and so then if there are other dancers across the globe, because you get them from everywhere, if they want to join your group, do they just reach out to either one of you?
Yeah, there's a place on our website that has a whole audition page, and we see kind of their heart for our mission and where they're at dancing wise, and then see where they're a good fit. So we have several different positions. We hire company artists, which are just the full-blown professional dancers, and then company apprentices that are getting professional experience and getting up there, and then trainees as well that are
right.
hybrids of still in training with our School of the Arts, but able to do some interactions and partnership with the company in performance and things.
That's great. Yeah. Well, we have to wind down now, but did you have anything else you
Yeah,
wanted to
let's
add?
talk about how people can reach you. www.dramatictruth.org.
Yes.
You're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
Yes.
Your motto is celebrating Christ, embracing excellence. You're located in Grandview, Missouri. On your website, you have a contact us link, an ability for people to sign up for your email list, your 2025, 2026 schedule, your policies, a donate link, link for auditions, advertising opportunities.
Yes.
I assume you guys have some merchandise that people can purchase.
Maybe not yet.
Not, or do you?
We will in about a few months.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just thought I'd ask about that.
So we can
So-
start wearing Dramatic Truth swag.
There you go. There you go.
Yes.
I would do that.
For that.
And real quickly, Dramatic Truth Ballet is a professional, non-classical ballet company that tours nationally and international. Always powerful. Dramatic Truth Ballet Theater presents ballets with a moving, thought-provoking Christian themes, inspiring dancers and audiences alike. Our school, Dramatic Truth Ballet School, is the premier classical ballet school in Kansas City, a Christ-centered professional performing arts school which develops in each of its students the unique combination of excellent technique and a heart of worship.
Yeah,
And then
so
you guys
good.
have a summer intensive every July.
Yes,
That
that
this
is
year is
coming
July
up,
12th
so-
through the 24th.
Yeah, that's so cool.
There's info about that on the website as
And
well.
so that's another way to participate with Dramatic Truth without
Mhm.
necessarily having to be a part of the
Right.
organization. If you're already a dancer and you just want to be a part of the summer intensive, I think that you guys bring in, I know you bring in outside instructors to just
Yeah.
have a good time.
Yes, yes.
Break a leg together. Anyway,
Yes,
I'm kidding.
yes.
We don't need break legs. Anyway,
But that's the stage expression, is
that's
break a
the
leg.
stage, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
The theater
but
legs.
yeah, so that's great. Yeah, so we always I always look forward to watching the after the summer intensive shows because they
Yeah.
always have very expressive different groups in that.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
in summer intensive. So anyway, well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having
Thank
us.
you.